Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years, and now it's too late.
I wrote you 365 letters. I wrote you every day for a year.
You wrote me?
Yes. It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
And scene. Ugh, that rain pouring down. One of the best scenes. That's cinema. That scene is cinema.
That Ryan Gosling might be onto something.
I mean, him in that scene, it's so good. It still isn't over.
That was steamy.
Very steamy.
One of the great rain kisses of all time.
Oh, 100%. I feel like rain was used a lot after this movie. Every TV show was putting it in.
This is what the girlies want.
It is. We love a rain scene. And I feel like I really do love rain scenes mainly because of this movie. Like, it imprinted on us at a young age, you know?
What a moment.
What a moment. And welcome back, listeners. This was a previously on Teen TV podcast. I'm your host, teen drama fangirl, Jillian Benani. And with me is first-time Notebook watcher, my husband, Tyler.
Hello, Jillian. Thank you for having me, and thank you for making me watch The Notebook. I feel like I understand so many references now.
It's finally happened. You know, some people listening right now might think, this is kind of random. They're talking about The Notebook in 2025. But this all started because when we were watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, we discovered Tyler has never seen The Notebook, which I have known you now for like 10 years.
It's true.
And I did not know that you had never seen this movie. I was shocked that I have not.
I don't go around
watch
advertising it. I don't know. I missed it. I never saw it. I don't know.
What were you doing in high
2000s
school?
Romantic classic. I wasn't watching The Notebook. I don't know. I was probably watching Quentin Tarantino movies.
Well, you really missed out on a classic.
Yeah, not enough rain kisses in Quentin Tarantino movies.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, it was I really liked it because like the performances are just kind of electric.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like I was thinking a lot in this movie that this really could have gone sideways if they'd messed up the casting. Like if it was not Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling who were like popping off the screen in this, like how awkward it could get. But like when Ryan Gosling is like, it still isn't over, you believe that man. And the way he grabs her and she wants it so bad, it's just like, whoa, it's like we're watching something private right now.
It does feel private. They definitely make the movie. I cannot imagine 2 other people doing this movie. I mean, this was the movie back in the day. This was the big sleepover movie. I don't know a single person who ever actually saw this movie in the theaters when it first came out. This was a slow sleeper of everybody getting that DVD, getting that VHS, and putting it on at a sleepover. Like, when this came out, it was number 4 at the box office. That is pretty low.
Wow. I'm looking up to see what beat it.
Probably a movie we've never heard of, if I had to guess.
Number 1 at the box office. This is last weekend in June 2004. So this movie's 21 years old. Here we are in 2025. I finally have seen The Notebook. It was beaten by Fahrenheit 9/11, the documentary. Shocking. Holy cow. That was not as much a sleepover movie, you know?
No, we weren't putting that on at the sleepovers.
White Chicks.
Okay, that was a sleepover movie. That was a good movie.
Dodgeball, another classic. That's a movie I've seen.
Wow, what a good year for movies.
I've seen that movie many times.
Yeah.
And The Notebook. Number 4, debuting at number 4, but had strong legs and ended up grossing over $100 million.
I do just feel like I love when a movie becomes big from like word of mouth, which I feel like doesn't happen as much anymore. But this was.
What do you think the DVD sales were on this thing?
Oh.
This had to be a must-have if in the chick flick collection shelf. This is it.
I mean, I think I had 2 copies of this movie at one point.
Just in case something happened to one. In case you wear it out.
Yeah. Oh, those deleted scenes? Watched many of times. Many a times.
Wow.
I think I actually fast-forwarded through the old people parts when I was younger watching this. And I was in middle school. You know, I just want to watch them, Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams, like make out in the movie and like be cutesy. I didn't, you know, the Alzheimer's storyline wasn't getting me as a middle schooler. But what was fun is
we'll talk about it. I gotta say that was part of my pause at the very beginning because I would say I really liked the movie, but man, I got a few things to talk about with the old people scenes.
Well, I will say though, I have not seen this movie in a long time. This movie in a long time. Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen it since I was young, I feel like, you know, like pretty young. I don't even really remember rewatching this much in college because we just did it so much in like middle school and high school. Mm-hmm. And I was pleasantly surprised of how much this holds up and how good it is. This is a good movie. We were right. You know, not all movies we watched back then hold up as well. And this one definitely holds up.
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked when we were looking that it got like bad reviews at the time.
Oh,
I was like, this is a solid romance movie. I don't know what people want.
They were just so mean to for movies like this back then. Ugh, I can't even speak. I'm so mad about it. I know this was like flopped on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm like, this is a good movie. It hits all the right spots.
Beats you want.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of why we were talking about this also was because we're coming off covering every episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty this year. And you were telling me that, like, there are certainly a lot of references to The Summer I Turned Pretty. Do you want to do this now?
Yeah, let's do it now.
I was shocked watching this movie how much of season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty is referencing this movie. Like, there are so many things.
I was shocked too. I mean, I saw the comparisons online and I was like, guys, they're not the same. Like, that's such a stretch. And then I'm watching it and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. There are a lot of similarities. And I said, the big difference is that The Summer I Turned Pretty does not have a big rain scene.
Oh. Does it not? Does it never have a big rain scene? Yeah.
No. I feel like not. Because they were like, we're not going to...
It's got a big peach scene.
Yeah, big peach scene. Yeah. That's all they needed.
Well, see, this is 1940. Michaels didn't exist yet. So they didn't know they could go to the most romantic place on earth.
He's still talking about Michaels all these weeks later. He's still stuck at Michaels, everyone. He has not moved on. But I mean,
so wait, what were all the direct? Did you make a list or anything?
Yeah. But I want to say, I do think just overall, a huge comparison is Conrad Fisher and Noah Calhoun are just like peak yearning boys. Like, I'm shocked they didn't have Conrad grow a beard or something. like Ryan Gosling in this movie.
I really thought when I saw Gosling in this, I was like, that would have been cool if Conrad just grew a beard. Just like, I am on a spiritual journey to get my woman back.
They give very similar energy of, I am not happy unless I am with this girl.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, I wonder if like Chris Briney watched The Notebook in preparation for season 3, because it is quite just the motivations are very similar. Like, they are not themselves. They are not happy unless they get the girl.
It's an all-time brooder. Talk about some brooding.
Talk about my favorite thing. Like, my favorite
Just
fictional
stewing.
man. Just stewing,
Just
working on
yearning.
a house. Working on the
Yearning
house.
for the girl.
The shots of them working on the house feel very similar.
when I saw the shots of Ryan Gosling, of Noah up on the roof working on that house, I was like, oh, I get it now. It really was just a direct reference of just like, I have just put myself to work until I get this girl back.
Like, I'm going a little crazy.
Yeah.
And then the letters. We get letters in both. Letters, I feel like, are very big in the Notebook. And, I mean, we
don't know how many letters Conrad sent. I don't think it was 365. Well, but you know what? People didn't have a lot going on back then.
Yeah.
There wasn't the internet. There wasn't phones. All he had to do each day was just write these letters in the evening.
Exactly.
So it's a little different.
Exactly. He had time on his hands.
Yeah.
But they both get the girl back through letters, I would say. Mm-hmm. Like, at the end of the day, a big change up in the Notebook is when she learns that he did write her letters every day. That's like when everything changes. We did at the top there, but it's like she says, "I wrote you." And he says, "I wrote you 365 times." Just like, oh my god! I mean, that man was ready to pull out that beard when she said that. Like, what are you talking about? As we talked about, Conrad writing the letters is a big way of how he got Belly back in the end. So, the letter goes a long way, people.
The handwritten letter. Do I need to write you a handwritten letter?
I think you ask this almost every episode, and I say yes. And it's because of the Notebook.
I keep hoping you'll be like, you're good.
No.
Also, it's all about this fantasy house.
Yeah.
It's all about the house. Like being a big part of their love, wrapped up in their love. Because whenever she like faints in the Notebook, it's when she sees the photo of him and the house that she dreamed of.
What they talked
like that
about.
Dream house.
Yeah. That's such a good point.
Yeah. It's also, it's coastal. I mean, shot at like, this is actually South Carolina coast, and Summer I Turned Pretty was shot in North Carolina coast. So there's just a similar vibe to the whole thing. I gotta say, whenever I thought the virginity scenes were pretty similar.
Oh my God, you're not wrong. Because you're not wrong.
whenever Conrad has Belly at the beach house, and I feel like he's like, did you plan on this or something? Like she has a similar convo with like Noah, I think Conrad just volunteers, like I didn't plan for this. But like in this, she asked Noah, like, did you plan on this happening? And it's just like similar staging to it all.
And that awkwardness are in both of these. And I feel like that's not super common to go there in a romance movie, especially where they want to make it all romantic. And I think in the Notebook and in the Summer I Turned Pretty, like in both of the virginity storylines, they leaned into the more awkwardness of it. Even though it's still both two people who love each other and have been together a bit, it's still they lean into the awkwardness more of like, even though they're comfortable around each other, this is still an awkward experience for everybody involved, and they're young.
Yeah. And also when they both reconnect, it's quite steamy because they know what to do.
Yeah, they're ready for it. They've been waiting.
They're ready to go.
They've been waiting
the
years.
Yearning has been there.
Houses were built. The yearning. These men are about to combust.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
and obviously the love triangle. Everything about it. The wedding day, right up to the wedding breakup. Like so many parts of it.
And just summer. Like summer love, like in both of these stories, they fell in love over summer and in that time period. So
great point.
Yeah. So I gotta say, I was like, wow, there are so many similarities.
Yeah, I just thought we needed to check off that Summer I Turned Pretty stuff because that was definitely a motivating factor for us watching this to begin with. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's way more Summer I Turned Pretty like inspired by this movie than I even imagined.
I mean, rewatching The Notebook is a great way to fill the void of the Summer I Turned Pretty. If you're like, I need something kind of similar, I want to have that feeling again, rewatch The Notebook. I highly recommend, because I forgot a lot about what happened in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, James Marsden is in this more than I thought. This is a little bit more of a love triangle than I thought.
Yeah. Some Jeremiah vibes, too. He's just
Charmer.
like, you know, he's like a charmer, party guy, wants to dance. Like, he's just like loving his life.
Well, and then it really begs the question, did Allie make the right choice in the end? Because I do feel like now that The Notebook has been out for like 21 years at this point, now there's all these like think pieces and articles and thoughts of, was Lon the better choice?
Interesting. See, I've avoided all this discourse since I hadn't seen The Notebook, but there's a lot of like, is there a lot of like BuzzFeedy, like Lon was the right guy, like that kind of
Noah's
stuff?
toxic. Yeah. There's a lot of that. A lot of that. Yeah. And I feel like, though, watching this again, you know, you kind of watch it a little bit from a different perspective as you're older and have lived like a little bit more life. And I feel like I really more understood her decision in choosing Noah, of that she did not want to live the life that her and Lon would have lived together. She wanted to paint and live in that house and be a little bit more carefree. She's a bird. This
woman said she's a bird.
Yeah.
You can't have her in polite society. She's a
and I feel like people
she wants to be a heathen out there with Noah just in their house, painting stuff, running around naked. That's what they're gonna do.
Exactly. Like Allie's a little bit of a freak. She doesn't want to live that, you know, happy, content life with Lon in society.
That bird scene.
Famous scene.
He handles that so well. He continues to make everything in it hot, where he's just like, well, if you're a bird, I'm a bird.
Oh my God, it's so good. It is like the words of that scene are weird.
Again, imagine different casting. If they had messed this up, and, you know, we're not going to call out any like bad actors of the 2000s, but I can imagine a few of them being like, if you're a bird, I'm a bird. Like, just like, oh no, this ain't working. Like,
I know. But the way too that he looks at her as she's saying it, like he is so in love with her in that moment. It's so hot. That's when you know two people should be together. When one person is saying something maybe a little like crazy or wild or out there, and that just makes the other person fall more in love. Yeah.
I think Gosling really nails some kind of what could be goofy lines and makes them iconic in this. But I also think Rachel McAdams, you know, is carrying this whole thing in that like she's this girl like caught between two worlds that you can kind of relate to because like you see how uptight she is at the beginning. But then you get that glimpse of how she actually wants to paint and be this free spirit and have fun and be a bird. Like, just, you know, and it is like, it's tough because once again, later on, when you see her like not being herself again, it's I think that's the thing that makes you pull for her and Noah. Yeah. More than anything.
She feels like her true self when she is at that house with him and they're reconnected. She's being a little goofier. She's being funny, but also just still feels like it's still herself. It doesn't feel like she's being like a completely different person, but she's just laughing more. And Lon is a great guy. Like, I think that people get really wrapped up in, well, Lon is a better guy. He's a great guy. And it's like, yeah, there really is nothing wrong with Lon. It just means that she wants something different out of life.
I thought that was interesting that he wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah.
That it's like, you know, he's just like, she just he's not the guy she loves. He calls it out when they're at that party and she's like, whenever he kind of proposes to her, right? He's like, you know, you try to like go against what your parents say and everything in your life, except your parents love me. And I'm like, yeah, that's the red flag with this. Yeah. Is like, she is the rebel and you're like her kind of capitulating to what the parents want.
And I think that is why there's so much talk now about maybe she should have picked Lon. Like, Lon's not a bad guy. It's like, no one was ever saying Lon's a bad guy, but it's more of like what she wants and the life that she wants to lead. And I think a lot of times in this discourse around love triangles, people forget about the main character and that it is a choice. And she wanted to live that life with Noah more. And I think that if you watch the entire movie and see how she is with Noah and everything with her parents, and you see her kind of going more back to that life, but it's like, does she really want it? And why is she thinking about Noah the minute she's getting engaged if that's really what she wants? Because I don't think it's all about Noah. It's about a life that she more wants to live and to be a little bit more free.
Mm-hmm. Is this one of your favorite love triangles?
I feel like I never thought about this movie that much
is
as
it
a
not
love triangle for me, because I think it's like, we know it's Noah. So it's more of like the path to get there.
It's more of a romance, just like torn apart. How do they get back together?
I think if Lon was a character the whole time, it would be more of a love triangle. But Lon coming in more towards the end, you just don't really ever believe that it's that big of a love triangle. And I think,
like, when this was a sleepover movie back in the day, they weren't like Team Lon girls.
No, nobody was. I mean, and now they're coming out of the woodwork.
Everyone's Team Noah.
Now they're coming out of the woodwork, but I just don't think
this is revisionist history.
Yeah, I just don't think that it's that much of a love triangle.
How many times do you think you've seen this movie?
I mean, at least the first half. I mean, over 20 times, probably.
Nice.
I feel like we used to just watch it and then start it again.
Get back to that yearning.
Well, as your first time seeing this, I've seen this many a times. So it was fun watching with you for the first time. So give us your top 5.
Oh, yeah. It's my first time seeing The Notebook. 2000 romance movie. Kind of blind spot for me. Glad to check.
I like that you're just introducing.
Yeah, maybe someone listened for 20 minutes and was unfamiliar with The Notebook. In case you were wondering, we're spoiling the 2000s film The Notebook. We're discussing it in depth in this podcast. So here are the top 5 moments, top 5 surprises.
Surprise!
I wrote down watching The Notebook for the very first time. That the elderly lady is Allie. It was fun and surprising. I figured that out pretty early on. But like when I realized that, I was like, oh, like I get what this movie's doing. Because I think at first I was like, what is this? And then you forget that it even opened with those old people for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when you come back to the old people, you're like, wait, so what's going on here? And then it's like no one ever says her name. And it was just like, I feel like she just kind of had vibes of Rachel McAdams. Like, I feel like I put that together pretty quickly. Like, probably the second flashback that I'm like, oh, that must be Allie.
Yeah, like this is all going to
Did you know that watching it? Was I supposed to know?
I feel like, though, again, I saw this like 20 years ago for the first time, but I feel like it was spoiled for me because since they open with the older people, like some girl told me like, oh, and then the older couple is them. Because no one was going to keep watching it if we didn't know what was going to happen. Because the beginning is like 10 minutes of the older people.
That's
after
true.
that long intro.
You excited girlies at a sleepover. You're like, what? Why are we watching this dementia movie? Did someone put in the wrong DVD?
Jessica, get out. You're not invited anymore.
That makes sense. And you, like you said, no one's watching this theaters, so so it makes sense.
Like word got out.
But like you didn't tell me anything going in, so I didn't know what I was watching.
I think I thought the whole world knew that already, And then
I was just a little confused by that opening scene.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah,
like because I don't know anything about the movie. I didn't know the premise or anything. I was like, "Where is Rachel McAdams?
Yeah,
like is she a nurse here?"
Yeah.
Like,
my God,
like,
that's so good.
It's like what's happening? But like the second one, I was like, "Oh, it has to be her. She has to be hearing like her own love story."
Yeah.
Which was great.
It is very sweet being able to see them in different stages of their life like we see them very young. We see them, you know, a little bit older, but more than like coming back together. And then we see them older and see that their love survived all these years, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's like seeing that then it's like, how can you be Team Lon? You know? Like, that's why I'm like, I don't understand all these people now coming out of the woodwork for Team Lon when it's like, but you see them happy as can be. And when one has dementia, like that doesn't happen very often.
People like to be contrarians, babe.
I know.
I think you need to sell Team Lon hats in your Etsy store.
Oh my God. Never.
And you know the actress that plays Old Allie is Jenna Rollins, who is like a famous actress in the 70s, and she's the director's mom.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Oh,
that was
okay.
going to be part of my trivia for later, so I'll have to take that off the list.
Sorry.
Well, did you know that she
because
then...
it's Nick Cassavetes and John Cassavetes and her. Yeah.
But did you
Sorry.
know then that she got Alzheimer's?
No.
Later in
Oh
life?
my
Yeah,
gosh.
sorry to be a downer, but yeah, which is sad. Like playing somebody with it and then getting it later, very sad. Yeah.
I thought Noah cured it.
Oh my God.
I got a few notes about some of their medical science.
You can't look into the medical science of this. You cannot.
All right, my number 4 surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't know James Marsden was the other guy. I was shocked by that.
You really
And
went
I
in
was like,
blind to this.
I really went in blind. I was like, this is fun. I was like, I think it works better now because he's a bigger actor than he was when they made this movie. Where now I'm like, you could see a movie where James Marsden and Ryan Gosling are the love triangle and either one could win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he really held up in this. Like all
Him
the actors
having
did,
a big
but he did. He really did.
Him having a big career has like improved the story of the movie because it makes you for a minute be like, maybe she does end up with James Marsden.
He is so charming. Like he just
and I guess
is.
they got him right at the beginning because it seems to be like right when he got like X-Men and stuff like that and started becoming bigger. And it's like before Enchanted and all that.
Like he is not in the movie much and he leaves like a lasting impression. He is great.
Oh yeah. He's great for the very few scenes he's in.
Yeah.
And it's not just because he's James Marsden. Like he really is good in this movie.
Yeah. I want him to play like another role like this. Like he needs to play that kind of like 1940s, 1950s guy.
I was looking at some Letterboxd reviews of this movie, and I saw a list on Letterboxd that was 7 movies where James Marsden is cheated on, and the movie acts like that's a good thing.
Poor guy.
It's a great list.
Which is so crazy because looking at that man, I would not guess he would be cheated on. We just want James Marsden to get the girl.
Yeah. Well, I will say, look, Lon's a great guy in this. Incredibly understanding when his fiance runs away for the week before they're getting married to like find herself or something. It's like just, I don't know what. Her excuse was shaky at best. Like,
well, and then it's like, obviously, it's to see her first love again. Like he does.
Her mom
learn
knew that immediately when she found out. Yeah,
and he's still understanding even when he finds that out. Like he's the most understanding guy I have ever seen, which then makes me a little like, what's going on with Lon? Like you're telling me a guy like that in the 1940s or then 50s, maybe later on, but would be that understanding?
That is strange. Maybe Lon's gay. Maybe she's his beard.
Oh, wait.
That's a good theory.
You should write a think piece.
You can be with that guy. Just like keep up appearances for me in high society here.
You know, you might be onto something. I think that is a think piece that you should write. We should really put that out there because it is just like I needed to know a little bit more about Lon's motivation. Has Lon had trouble finding women? Is everybody in this town like terrible? Like, why is he dealing with this right before the wedding? And it's not even like he's dealing with it, like, because I would understand if he is like, I love you and I want to work on this. But he's not like angry at all, which is a little jarring. So it feels like he doesn't really care.
When his response to this, I had to look it up and be like, was this movie written by a woman? Like, what is his response to this? I was just like, I was shocked it wasn't, because I was like, this is such a bizarre fantasy of how a man would react to you running off and sleeping with your old boyfriend the week of the wedding. That we had to come drag you out of the house because you're having such a great time with it.
It is just like, were there some deleted scenes or something? Did we see Lon get a little annoyed somewhere and we missed it? It's too good. They were just trying to, and that's why I don't call it a love triangle. Because they really kind of wrapped that up too nicely.
It's a complete just beat down of James Marsden.
Yeah.
He's just completely humiliated.
All right. What's number 3?
All right. Number 3, most surprising thing watching The Notebook for the first time was Scruffy Ryan Gosling. I did not expect it to go there. When I see babyface Ryan Gosling at the beginning with his little hat and his little like 1940s look, I was like, oh, okay, he looks very young. And then after like the time jump, and he's just like, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen him look like that. He looks like he's been trapped in the woods forever.
I mean, the guy was going through it, clearly.
He was.
But
he'd been to war. He built a house.
He went through it in those 7 years. But I read, too, this was going to be part of my trivia, which now we're just getting into some
sorry
of
if I'm
it.
blowing up your trivia.
No, it's good. But they filmed all of the later stuff, like all the scruffy beard stuff first, and then he had to lose like a bunch of weight to play the younger part of him, because he does like pack on some pounds.
Yeah, he looks bulkier,
he's bulky,
older,
When I was younger, I loved babyface Ryan Gosling in the early part of the movie, and then now when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, that beard, hello.
Now you're like Scruffy Ryan Gosling.
Building that house with that beard, okay. Cooking dinner.
That's gross,
making those
babe.
crabs.
Yeah.
Hot. He looked great. That's growth, babe. Yeah, I've really grown up.
Yeah.
Oh, God. He should get a beard again. Have we ever seen him with a beard again? I don't know.
He does like short beards, but not like that. He never looks like that. I was like, I've never seen this guy so unkempt. Like,
I mean, he is the definition of a heartthrob for me. He is so good. And he is just so like talented in this. Like, for how young he was.
Let me leave you alone with Ryan Gosling here. Just go on your little rant.
It's like, I feel like I haven't seen him in a movie in a minute. And I do think for being like 23 or however, like he was like in his young 20s when he did this role. Mm-hmm. I mean, to what you were saying earlier, you could really see somebody like biffing this and just kind of not giving it the heart that it deserved. And you can tell he gave this 120%.
Yeah.
And it just makes it even hotter.
This guy turned out to be Ken.
Like, this guy knows how to love. He knows how to love a woman. She says to her husband.
Is this your favorite Ryan Gosling performance? Or is it Ken?
I mean, no, this is timeless. This is a classic. He's so good in this. I mean, Ken is fun and funny, but I'm not like, ooh, hot.
Yeah.
Like, you're a little bit like, ooh, men.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is going to be the one I just will always go back to.
Yeah. What's that what he's in with Steve Carell?
Oh, I love that one. That is great. What is that called? Crazy
Stupid Love?
Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love. He's great in that.
Yep. You like that
Oh,
one
wait,
a lot.
I mean,
La La Land.
I love him in
You
La
love him
La Land. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's a few roles, but I think I just was so surprised at how much it held up. because they were young,
Yeah.
you know? And a lot of times, like, romance movies with younger people doesn't always work out great because they don't, like, understand it.
Very true. All right. The number 2 thing that surprised me in The Notebook for the first time watching it was Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling's chemistry is kind of just sizzling in this.
Yeah.
It's something you just really can't fake. Again, if they didn't have that, like, I don't know if the movie would work as well, but you're just like, these two people are drawn to each other.
Yeah.
Like, and they're back and forth. And when she's like pushing him and like, they just have like such a thing.
It's electric. It is so good. It's that chemistry that really is like lightning in a bottle, and that cannot be reciprocated. There are just so many moments in the movie where you're like, should I be here with them in the room? Like, it feels like this is a private moment. I shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
And it's so good, which brings me to another trivia point for you. Did you know that they did not get along on set at all?
What?
Yeah. Like, famously, the director said once in an interview, and I feel like this was a few years later, and then Nick Cassavetes has since apologized for saying this because he really kind of like blew the lid up on this with them. No, they did not get along. And he had to stage an intervention where he like brought them into a room and they had to like air out their grievances.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And he was saying at one point too, he was surprised then that like they ended up dating.
I was going to ask, they hadn't been dating yet.
No,
Okay.
so they did not date during the filming of the movie. They reconnected in New York at some point and then like started dating from there when they reconnected.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy, but it feels like it's like that.
So they had this bickering energy.
They
with
had
each
that
other,
like fire in them. It sounds like, yeah.
where it's like they're either going to fight or make out.
Yeah. Which also is kind of the characters a little bit too. Because you see them bicker throughout
it. Works, yeah.
Well, and you made a good point too when it was like that scene where they're fighting, and this is Beard Noah. So this is, not when they first met that summer. So this was later on, and they're fighting because he's like, well, what are you going to do? And, she's going to get in the car, and he's, like, they're just kind of like going back and forth at it. And you were like,
sure.
You said, that's how you know that they are in love and should be together, because you don't fight like that with somebody who you don't care about.
Yeah.
And I
you
thought
can
that
only
was a
be
good
her.
point.
It's a great thing that like I always think romance movies get it when they show that like you can only like be really hurt by someone you love.
Yeah.
Like that's what it takes. And that's the kind of like fire that comes out of you when you're upset at someone who you love, because they know how to hurt you and you know how to hurt them because you really have this deep connection and care about each other.
Well, and I feel like it's also, though, you're arguing, you're like throwing maybe jabs back and forth at each other, but then a minute later it's done. You can resolve it quickly.
For sure. This shocks me because that they were not getting along, because after the movie you maybe sit and watch the MTV thing. Is this spoiling something you want to talk about? But you made me watch that
twice. I made you watch it twice.
You made me sit and watch that on YouTube twice after the movie was over, which I didn't even know they were dating because I was just very removed from all this. I don't know.
So Tyler is referring to the MTV Movie Awards when they won for Best Kiss, and they recreated the kiss on stage, and it is so hot. And I will never forget watching this live. And it has stayed with me ever since. It's so good. I know you girlies know what I'm talking about. Like, every time this comes up on my feed, on social, I stop and watch it. It is so good. And Tyler, had no idea that they dated. I was like, did you
I'd never
think they
seen
just
this. I
did
didn't know they
this?
were dating. I was like, whoa. I was like, this is commitment. I was like,
Yeah.
Gosling's such a showman. This makes sense about his big performance at the Oscars. And you're like, no, they were dating. And I was like, oh.
But when I revealed to you that they dated, I did keep the snippet that they didn't get along on set. I was like, I'm going to reveal that to him on the podcast because that is going to blow his mind. I knew it.
I really was stunned by that because I just feel like they have such great chemistry in this movie. And it's like, it's interesting whatever was going on behind the scenes.
I know. Like, I want to know more. I need to know more about this. I need like an oral history where they both talk about it. Because we don't have that much information, really, on it.
But that's not an uncommon thing. I feel like we've all known that person who can't quit talking about some person, that they just like can't stand this person or hate this person, especially like back in like high school or college, where you're like, do you like them?
Yeah.
Right. Since you can't quit talking about how much they drive you crazy.
Yeah, it's like you're obsessed with them.
Yeah.
I just love that little like piece of lore about this movie. So I feel like the director regretted saying that once in an interview because it really blew up then afterwards. But thank you. I think it's important to know.
In fairness, he didn't realize this movie was going to become like by far his biggest movie.
And that people would still talk about it.
One of the most iconic 2000s movies.
Yeah, it was a time. Who could have known? But I also think, too, they were young.
I got to finish this list at some point.
I know. One more point, though.
No, go for it.
I do think, too, with Rachel and Ryan, they were young. They were both young actors, and I feel like they obviously were taking this very seriously. It sounds like Ryan Gosling especially was very serious about this.
Makes sense.
So you can kind of see of them, you know, trying to kind of figure it out and figure out the tone and the vibe. Yeah. And I think almost...
I could see him at that age being like, I'm method almost. Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, I got some more trivia for you on that.
Fun.
All
right, we got to finish this list and you can do the trivia.
Your list.
And then I have a whole nother thing I got to do for you.
Another thing?
I came up with a bunch of wild theories that I... are probably wrong about the movie, but similar to the Islam gay.
Oh my God.
That I want to throw at you.
You're always wondering if a character is gay.
This was supposed to be my Tyler's takes, but I wrote down too many theories, and I was like, I should do all these at once. All right, so the number one thing that surprised me watching The Notebook for the first time was that the old man is Noah. Now, it was shocking story-wise because you're like, whoa, that's the story we've been watching, is these two people have been connected their whole lives. And actually, they're still connected, even though, like, she has, like, memory loss and all this.
Yeah.
And that he's reading her. That's when you realize he's reading her the Notebook every day and, like, bringing her back to him for the few moments he can get.
Which is very sweet.
It's all very sweet. I found it bizarre that this was the casting choice for old Ryan Gosling.
I know.
Since he genuinely looks... I guess they just couldn't have done it with someone who looks similar. Do you think they were worried they'd give it away?
I think they were worried about giving it away, and I think that James Garner was a big name to get, so they weren't going to go for somebody lesser than just for looks.
I mean, it's a tear-jerking moment. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It is very sweet. And when you realize, like, what you've actually been watching the whole time, which I guess you went in knowing that.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't know that till, like, later on in the movie. Because I felt like, from my perspective, it could have been kind of a which one is this? I think I said to you at one point, after we got a few flashbacks, I was like, this is clearly either Lon or Noah. But which one is it based on her decision? You have to understand, I'm watching this from a completely different perspective from you, not knowing anything.
And I thought, why would Lon be reading about the carnival and about Noah? That would be weird. That is not their story.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, I think that I think they just wanted that actor because he was a bigger name. But I know what you mean. It feels like two different characters, whereas older Allie and younger Allie feel a little bit more similar to me. But
absolutely, I think she's great,
yeah.
old Allie. I think she seems so much like an old Rachel McAdams to me. But James Garner's nothing like Ryan Gosling.
He's given like an Italian vibe, isn't he?
I looked up people around the right age range to have played that role instead. One I thought could have been Sam Shepard. He's a little too young, but the guy who plays Noah's dad in this movie, I feel like he kind of does look like an old Gosling in a way. I would have believed that. They probably couldn't have got Clint Eastwood. Would have been a great old Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, you're really shooting for the stars.
Gene Hackman.
Oh my God.
Rest in peace. Donald Sutherland. Also rest in peace.
You're picking like
Donald Sutherland's Snow and Hunger Games.
I'm aware. You're
Christopher
listing
Plummer.
off every like Oscar-winning actor.
Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
He was in
Captain
The Sound of
Von
Music.
Trapp.
And Dick Van Dyke. I thought any of those.
Again, all like award-winning.
You don't think they could have gotten any
actors.
of those?
I don't know.
It's weird though because I like James Garner's performance. I think it's very sweet and he's very good at it.
It just feels like two
Just
different
such
people.
a whiplash.
Yeah.
It feels like such different people.
Yeah. And he plays a very like fun older guy. It just didn't feel like Noah would be bringing that energy.
Yeah.
I wonder though if a lot of older actors did not want to play this role because it's playing like an old dying man. You know what I mean?
You do have to be pretty comfortable in your career to be like, I'll play the like on my way out, like guy who's about to die.
Like Clint Eastwood was not doing that at that time.
Clint's like, I'm going to be directing movies for 25 more years.
Yeah, like half those guys you listed were like, okay, I'll be in a movie and married to like a 50-year-old woman 25 years younger than me.
Fair.
Yeah. They're like, ooh,
All right.
I die with her in the movie? Huh.
Again, regardless of some casting bizarreness, in my opinion, still a great moment.
Yeah, definitely.
And just a very sweet movie, you know, even though I get why you would want to fast forward through the old people scenes, especially if you're a teenager. It's still very like, that is where a lot of the heart comes from.
Yeah.
Of realizing this is a lifelong love story.
It's very sweet. And it's very, I think, something that everybody wants. Like somebody to really go through life with and to be there for all those moments and the hard ones. The fact that he stands by her side throughout her dementia and Alzheimer's, very sweet and very difficult.
I'm not going to read to you every day. I might record something. I'll podcast for you every day.
Oh, okay. I'll take that. Yeah. Just play me these old videos.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I'm talking about Ryan Gosling a lot.
The I had 3 honorable mentions on the surprising moment. Finn is just dead. Just all of a sudden, they blew up Finn, and he's basically never mentioned again in the movie.
Never to be talked about.
That one shocked me.
I gotta say,
I think there were clearly some deleted scenes, but I get it. That's how movies were then.
I thought that was a mistake to kill Finn off. It just felt like too much, and I get it. It was a war.
Do you know
People
how much
died.
that explosion cost to shoot? They were like, we have to kill him. We shot it.
I know. It just felt like Noah needed a friend, though, so we didn't think he was just every day only thinking about her. You know what I mean?
I think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted to be like, this man's gone into a psychosis. He's alone. He has no one to talk to.
Yeah.
He's just working on this house, wanting this woman back.
I know, but then I kind of view it as like, well, is that kind of sad?
Yeah. Thank God she came back.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You just wanted him
This man would have become a lunatic. It'd have been like, oh, there's crazy Noah coming into town again.
No, he was heading towards that.
Don't talk to him, kids.
Oh, my God.
Honorable mentions, Sam Shepard was his dad. I was telling you I'm a fan of that guy from some of his like 80s movies, and he's a big playwright. And the One Tree Hill dad, which you pointed out to
Dan
me,
Scott.
was shocking, is in this movie as Allie's mom's long lost love that maybe she should have gone after, but she went for the money instead.
Kind of a big role for no lines, but really a very pivotal role in this movie. Played by Paul Johansson, also known as Dan Scott from One Tree Hill.
He's just there shoveling stuff.
Yeah.
Just a working man.
Working those arms. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, you're local. We're going to bring you in to shovel some stuff, but it's a big role.
I'm surprised there aren't more One Tree Hill people in this. I'm sure everyone working in Wilmington at that time was trying to get in this movie.
Well, there is one more. There is a cameo by Cullen Moss, who was Junk in One Tree Hill and who is now in Outer Banks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he does a lot of those like shows that film more down south, which is great. When I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he had a line and everything.
That's fun.
Yeah. That was
all right.
fun.
You want to do the trivia?
Well, we've gone through a lot of the trivia that I had, but
I know. Sorry, we went through most of it.
no, it's okay. I think we still got some good ones. So talking about people who also auditioned for this, Britney Spears auditioned for the role of Allie and was close to getting it. She wrote about this in her book. And then her audition tape was like circling the internet and she was good.
Really?
Yes.
I've never seen it. Crossroads. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Written by Shonda
Is she good in
Rhimes.
that?
Yeah, but that's just like a different vibe too, you know? Like that's like high school.
She never did anything like this though, did she?
No, she
Any,
didn't.
like, dramatic
this
roles?
would have been like a complete like game changer for like her life, I feel like. It would have.
She could have done it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think she'd have been as good as Rachel McAdams. 'Cause
No.
I think Rachel McAdams was a great actress.
Yeah.
Who was on an absolute heater at this time.
Yeah. But
I think Britney would have been pretty good.
I'm going to show you the audition after this. You'll be surprised,
Okay.
pleasantly surprised.
Oh, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. And then at some points, Tom Cruise and George Clooney were considered for the role of Noah. So this was supposed... Yeah, I know.
Wait, what?
So this was originally, at one point, talked about being a movie around the 90s. Steven Spielberg once expressed interest in directing it.
The guy from Dawson's Creek?
Yeah. Spielberg famously talked about in Dawson's Creek. Yeah, he talked about making it, he wanted like Tom Cruise in it. So there are a few of the heavy hitters.
We would have been at that. We would have been at World War II a lot longer than we were in this movie. Because in this movie, it was just one scene. We would have seen so many horrors of World War II if Spielberg had directed this.
Yeah. Well, I saw
Finn's death would have been gruesome.
I saw something too, though, that they wanted more unknown people for the role. So then you would. Like I saw something that was like, well, we already know how Tom Cruise kind of like falls in love in a movie. So it's more interesting to see it with people who haven't done it yet, which I thought was interesting.
You know, I'm a fan of a lot of Tom Cruise movies. He could have never done this movie.
Never.
Like he's not. I don't know if I've ever seen him have great chemistry with any woman on screen.
I know this, but that's why
he is an action actor,
and
he's great at it. And sometimes he's great at like very like internal dramatic things, like in Eyes Wide Shut or like Magnolia or something. But like he's not someone who's like, it's like his reading of like It Still Isn't Over would have been intense.
Yeah,
it would have been scary.
Yeah. It would have been a different vibe completely. And I do think...
Young Clooney could have done this, though.
I do think he could have.
Young Clooney would have been great.
He would have been amazing.
That man's got charisma. That guy has chemistry with people.
Well, and the way that he says words, like his dialect, I feel like is somewhat similar to charming Ryan Gosling's. Like their charm is somewhat a little similar at times, I think. Yeah. I think George would have struggled more with the like depressed beard part of the movie.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But I ultimately think doing a romance movie is hard, and that's why a lot of them are not good. So you can be a good actor and I think not do this role great.
You got to give Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling all the credit in the world for this movie working.
And their chemistry.
It's so much on them.
It really was. It's a lot on them, and they really, really sell it. And then my last bit of trivia, we ran through the rest of it. Ryan Gosling prepared for his role by living in Charleston, South Carolina, before filming began. For 2 months, he rode the Ashley River every morning and built furniture during the day. And a table that he built appears in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was pretty method for this.
He was going for it. He was ready.
I can see why Rachel wouldn't have got along with it.
I know.
Like, this guy thinks he's a woodworker now.
Yeah, this guy just lived there for 2 months building furniture and rowing that river.
I tried to talk to Ryan about upcoming acting jobs, and he told me all about carpentry.
Yeah, I know. It's so wild. Yeah, he really went for it. Full method.
It's fun, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
I can see, though, too, since they started with more of those scenes, I can kind of see how they wouldn't get along right away. In the sense of, like, he's in that, like, mode, that kind of, like, detached mode.
Yeah.
Which is hard. But, I mean, where is that table now? That should be in the Smithsonian, okay?
Is this his first big movie?
Yeah,
I think so, right?
Like
he's got a small
leading.
role in Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
I have a hard time picturing him in that.
He was his
it's
baby
pretty
face.
much this. Yeah.
This was his first more like leading role.
Yeah.
A lot on the line. All right, give us your theories.
Can we talk about Rachel McAdams' 2000? Let me tell you her 2004 and 2005 real quick before we do that. So 2004, Rachel McAdams in April comes out the movie Mean Girls.
I've heard of it.
Incredibly praised and successful and made $131 million.
Now that I saw in the movie theater. That was a movie theater movie before a sleepover movie.
So that's probably the first time you like knew who she was,
Yeah.
because she's Regina George.
And I was like, who is
"Whoa."
that? Yeah.
Yeah. Then in June of that year, so that was April, then June of that year, she's in The Notebook.
I mean, that's crazy.
Which ended up making $118 million.
That's a wild run.
And who knows how much it made in DVDs and rentals and all that stuff. So those were her two 2004 movies. Then in 2005, her next movie after The Notebook comes out summer of 2005, Wedding Crashers.
Wow.
Wedding Crashers made people don't remember this. Wedding Crashers was the 6th highest grossing film of the year, making $289 million.
Wow.
It made more money than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Batman Begins.
Wow, Batman Begins?
It beat it, Wedding Crashers.
That's wild.
It was a phenomenon. And so she's the star of that. So that's her third hit in a row. Then...
I mean, she's only making hits.
Then August of 2005, she stars in Red Eye with Cillian Murphy. Have you seen that? That's on like Netflix, I think.
I saw that at a sleepover.
That movie's crazy, and she's great in it. That movie also made $100 million.
Yeah.
And then she ended 2005 with a Christmas movie, The Family Stone.
Which I loved.
Also made nearly $100 million as well. So she was on such an insane run.
She was.
In 2004 and 2005. All-timer.
I mean, yeah. I saw most of those in the movie theater.
Yeah.
She really became just a bona fide star after those couple movies.
Let me give you some wild theories that are definitely wrong. One, I kind of like the theory we came up with that Lon might be gay. I think that makes a lot of sense. I had a similar theory to that. I'll give you that Lon is not the guy she met at war. She came back and told her parents that story, and they set up this rich guy, told him the story, and said, go hit on her daughter. Because she never saw that guy's face. She never knew who he was. This is a whole just entrapment set up by her dad to get her with this guy of high status.
I don't hate that theory. But we do see Marsden's baby blues under that cast.
I know in the movie, but that's because it's from her memory.
Yeah.
But I think she never saw this guy. Came back and told people about this guy she met at war that was so charming. And they were like, go, we'll tell you that story. Go pretend you're that guy.
The dad hired Lon.
Dad hired Lon.
That would be good.
That's why he wasn't that invested when she was leaving. He's like, they just paid me to do this anyway. Yeah. Whatever.
Got my money.
I think that's a fun theory.
I like that theory.
I've got Duke actually is Lon and just goes along with whoever she says she went with at the end. The old man.
Duke?
James Garner.
Oh, they keep calling him Duke. Yeah. I forgot. Oh, he's
James
Lon?
Garner's actually Lon and just goes along with whoever she says she fell in love with in the story each day. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm Noah. No, I'm Lon. I'm whatever. I'm whatever you want me to be today.
I kind of love the theory of like she remained friends with Lon and Lon is reading to her in the end.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm Noah. Yeah, whatever you need. Whatever. Make her happy in her last days.
Oh my God. I'm just picturing like this like messed up love triangle that never ended.
Yeah. And my last theory is
you just wanted more James Marsden in this movie. I think.
And on a bummer here that Duke is actually dead and has been in limbo waiting for his wife to also die and join him. And that's what he's just sitting there reading that story for, is waiting for Allie to come join him in the afterlife.
Okay, I kind of love that theory because there's something that feels off about
they
the
feel
home.
Oddly trapped there. Why are they both trapped in this home? And they're even like, Dad, you can come home. You don't even have to be here. And he's weirdly trapped in this limbo. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like lost or something. It feels like he's just like this like spiritual place that they are in this like home. And so like, I was like, maybe he's dead. And he's waiting. He's reading the story of their love until she joins him. And then they can happily pass on to the afterlife. And that's what you see at the end, is she's finally passed as well.
Well, and I just thought that the home looked too much like their home. Like on the water. Like it just seemed like...
It all felt a little odd, dreamlike.
It felt dreamlike, definitely.
You didn't hate these theories as much as I thought you might,
like
but I think they all have a chance.
But I will say,
you know what I mean? She's just a stand-in for his wife that he's reading to, and the reason she doesn't remember him yet is because she hasn't passed on yet. And when she remembers him means she's finally passed on, and now they're together in the afterlife.
That is interesting. You should call up Nicholas Sparks about that. But I will say that he, as somebody who had a family member with Alzheimer's, my grandma had it, my grandpa stayed with her in an assisted living, and that was the reason why she was able to be there. So that's why he's like, I'm not going to leave her, because if he left her, she would have to go more to like the memory care, like dark part, which we saw her in when he was sick and had, when he collapsed and is in the hospital for a few days, they move her to a different part. Mm-hmm. And it's because he's not there with her.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Not to be a downer.
I think mine's
about
less of a bummer.
Yeah, I know. I was.
I think mine that he's stuck in some metaphysical limbo is a little more fun than you going through the realities.
I brought it to the reality.
Aging and death and medical care here in America in our older age,
God,
which we can all look forward to.
Well, now I relate more to this story. A story that I'm sure a lot of people do. But I do like your limbo theory more.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You should write a notebook.
You like all my theories.
You should write a limbo story like that.
That would be good.
We'll talk.
Wow. Maybe we'll delete that out of the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll just write it. My interpretation of the Notebook turns into our spec script.
Oh my God.
Are we doing anything else? Or do you want me to do Tyler's too?
Well, that just reminded
more you
me,
wanna
though,
cover?
Nicholas Sparks and M. Night Shyamalan are doing a movie together. And your limbo theory seems to go into what M. Night and Nicholas Sparks would do.
That sounds great. Well, maybe M. Night watched this movie and had a similar interpretation as I did.
Yeah, he's
It's
like,
this is creepy, man. We can make this real
this
creepy.
dreamlike thing.
I mean, I'm very excited. You know, I love M. Night Shyamalan movies. So I'm very excited.
We'll have to cover that. Well, you need to watch
Have you
more
read-
Nicholas Sparks movies. You've only seen
Have
this
you-
and A Walk
what
to
Nic-
Remember.
I know. I like this a lot better than A Walk to Remember.
That's fair, but I still love A Walk to Remember.
I get it. It's okay. I don't have to like
good.
everything.
So good.
I've liked The Summer I Turned Pretty in The Notebook. What more do you want from me? I don't like A Walk to Remember.
You clearly like a very specific story then, because these are very similar. So you really like this kind
Very
of story.
specific.
Yeah.
What Nicholas Sparks have you read?
Oh, I've read a lot of them. There's The Last Song, which is a Miley Cyrus movie. I read The Notebook, but it was after I saw the movie, and the book is like pretty similar. So,
Sure.
oh God.
I mean, he was
can't
very big
remember.
because, you know, he lives in North Carolina,
Yeah.
which I'm from North Carolina. So I remember these movies being like a huge deal. I just never watched
Yeah,
them.
I went to a book signing once.
Yeah.
It's a very specific thing.
It wasn't my thing. I don't think I appreciated it then.
Yeah. Well, we'll have you go through the library now.
I think that's quite common that a lot of young men don't appreciate romance.
Again, they're not all made like this, so
Although I think young men would do well to watch some of this stuff because you realize that all women want is just a major gesture.
yeah.
And like, you could probably get that girl you don't think you can get if you would just really just hang it all out there and do a major gesture for her.
Yeah.
Like writing a bunch of letters.
But you can't be a
We're
creep.
building a house.
But don't be a creep. You kind of have to be hot.
Don't be well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So we didn't really go through the plot of this movie, but at the beginning, what do you think about Ryan Gosling coming on so strong to her at the beginning?
Well, it's
I mean,
fine because
when
he's hot. Like, there's a difference, you know?
There's a difference.
Well, I think, too, because she's a little bit more sheltered,
Yeah.
you're like...
You think maybe the short, maybe the short chubby guy jumping up on the Ferris wheel wouldn't have the same effect?
It's not doing the same thing.
That scene freaked me out because, you know, I'm kind of scared of Ferris wheels. I don't
Yeah.
like riding them. I don't want anything to do with them. And these old 1940s Ferris wheel is just, they don't even have a bar.
I know.
They're just all hanging there. And then he just runs and climbs up there and is hanging there and threatening to kill himself if she doesn't go on a date. Like, that was crazy. I know it was a different, again, it was 20 years ago. But, like, I do think that scene reads as odd
Yeah,
now.
I agree with that, definitely. He comes on a little too strong for a date in that moment where he's like hanging on by one arm. It is a little bit like, okay, what's his deal here?
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, though, you forget about it because he's not as crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little too much for for the beginning of the movie.
They really rehab his image when he's like taking her through like the lake with the geese and like all this stuff later on. And you're like, man, I can't believe how crazy this guy was when we met him.
I feel like they just really wanted to show like, this is a guy who goes after what he wants and doesn't do this with every girl, like that type of thing.
In fairness, I guess it is like 1940 or whatever. So it's like, if you see a girl, you might never see her again if you like her. So like, you're not going to be able to like find her on like Instagram.
Yeah, you need to make it known in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So she remembers.
He certainly shoots his shot.
Yeah, he really does go for it, which again, it is a big grand gesture.
And
like you would not be
think,
able to get that guy out of your head if somebody did that for you.
I do think it helps that she then like embarrasses him.
Yeah.
Like pulls down his pants and makes fun of him and like she doesn't just like go along with it.
Yeah,
right
she fights back.
It's really not till she kind of gets tricked into that movie date.
Yeah.
Right?
Like she fights him back. She gives it back to him, which I think is a lot of their dynamic too.
Yeah.
And I think that made him fall for her more. Because I feel like there weren't many girls in the 1940s pulling down a guy's pants, you know?
That's true.
In that way. Or in any way, really.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They certainly didn't talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of 1940s underwear in this.
Is it Tyler Stakes?
Oh, I thought that was your theories. You still got takes? All right, lay them on us.
I was like, once again, she just, as many openings as I give her, she won't do it.
Let's do it.
All right,
he's got
this
theories,
stepper.
and now he's got takes, ladies.
Well, no, he said that was going to be part of Tyler's takes, but I pulled it out to his own thing because I wrote too many theories.
So you have a top 5 theories, and now Tyler's takes.
Well, it was my first time seeing The Notebook. It had a profound effect upon me.
He has a lot of thoughts.
All right, these are my Tyler's takes. This is what I wrote down in my notes. Part of them were the theories, which we already heard. But have you ever laid down in the street?
Well, after this movie, I did.
You did?
Yes, of course. Everybody did.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
This was a thing?
Just in the
People
neighborhood.
were gonna get run over.
Just in the neighborhood. There was like barely any cars coming. And I want to be clear, I was not with a guy, just my girlfriends, just my gal pals.
I mean, I was like, she's like, what happens if a car comes? And he's like, we die. And I was like, this guy is intense.
I know.
This guy comes on strong.
Intense is the right word.
Yeah.
But it works.
Where it's that kind of thing, like you are saying, though, that it provokes you almost, where you can't like get him out of your head. Makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like if you date a guy like that, it's hard.
I feel like he said him and his dad did that. Is that what he says?
I think he did, which looking back.
Which I'm like thinking about him and Sam Shepard just laying in the street like that. But like we do see them like reading poetry on the porch.
Yeah.
Right? So they are kind of like these more artsy people that she's attracted to.
Free spirit.
That she kind of doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Like with her kind of her studies and prep for college and stuff.
I feel like Rachel McAdams loves to play like a ritzy girl from a rich family who just wants to be a free spirit.
I mean, that's basically what she plays again in Wedding Crashers, the very next movie.
And I think she plays that in The Vow, too. It works. She's like the right look and attitude for it.
Yeah. Do you think she should have told him about Sarah Lawrence before meeting the family?
No, I don't think that she needed to. She had just gotten the letter. Nothing was confirmed. The mom was clearly trying to sabotage this. The mom had no business saying that. I mean, I know the mom is supposed to be redeemed later on, but the fact that she watched her daughter cry for months over Noah, and she was keeping Noah's letters from her, disgusting. Like, irredeemable in my mind.
Allie's mom's a psychopath.
She was making all these decisions for Allie and had no business doing that.
Allie's mom was holding these letters. I get, maybe she was like, oh, she's having a hard time since she moved away. I get it. Maybe you give her a week.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh, I'm going to leave these in the corner and not give them to her for now, just to not make her more upset, and she'll get over it. But if she's still upset for months, what are you doing? You psycho. Just give her the letters.
Also,
it's her life.
Right. And at no point did she say, I'm not going to go to Sarah Lawrence because of Noah. Me and Noah are going to stay here. She never said that.
She tried to get Noah to come. Yeah.
He supported her. He wanted her to go. And the mom was just acting like Allie was going to throw away her life for this guy. And that is not what they were saying at all. It really was just a money thing, which is disgusting. Like, just give her your money then. You have one child.
Yeah. It's tough whenever Noah is overhearing the convo with dad calling him like trash.
It's the mom. He's trash.
Oh, yeah.
The dad doesn't really have much to say in all of this.
Oh, that's right. It is mom.
Yeah. It's the mom.
Yeah. Which makes sense with her overreacting to her own choices.
Right. And I get it. Like, I am glad that they gave us that backstory with the mom. Because
doesn't fix the psychotic
it still doesn't
nature
fix it in my
of
opinion.
holding all the letters. Do you think Allie's a little too hard on him when he's leaving that night after everything he just heard her parents say about him?
It's like,
I feel like she's a little tough on him.
Give him a minute. He just overheard some bad things about himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I think though.
But then it's so sad when he finds out she's leaving early and he never sees her again. Like, that's brutal.
But I think, though, too, she's annoyed with him because he is not believing her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in that moment, it feels like he's not believing that she loves him and will figure this out for him.
Yeah.
And he's just giving up. Like, she's not the one who's giving up in that moment. It's him.
That makes sense. And she kind of thought he gave up for years after that, since she thought he never wrote her. And it's like, why did he give up on this? Like,
she had no idea he was growing that beard, building that house.
He's writing those
only
letters.
thinking about her.
Yeah.
Even through war, through it all.
I wrote down, what was her name? Martha. Do you think Martha maybe got a tough beat on this? We talked about Lon's reaction being just totally chill, that his fiance went and just like had just wild sex with some other man for the whole week before their wedding. But Martha, tough beat. Like, because like Lon will be fine. Lon's gonna he's gonna be fine. But
Lon will be engaged again in 2 weeks, giving that ring to somebody else. But Martha, that is the saddest character in the movie to me.
That one's really sad, where I'm like, I feel like she's like, you're the only decent man in town. And like, you just won't like.
He won't even look at her. He is so cold towards her.
When he says goodbye to her, I'm like, I almost wish we didn't have this part, because it makes me be like, it kind of makes me be like, why are you doing this with Martha? This is rough.
And it feels like he's just using her.
Yeah.
For sex.
Yeah.
Because we don't really see them even have like a nice conversation with each other.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to do things with him and he is just like ignoring her. It's very sad. And I get it. We had to see that he was not interested in any other woman other than Allie. But it is tough to watch. Poor Martha, a widow. But she has a great line in the movie, though, where she says that watching Allie and Noah got her excited for what she could have.
To find
It's
love.
a great line. Sense. So it does feel like, okay, there was a purpose more for this.
It's definitely true. I do think, you got to cut Noah some slack. I mean, the man's been to war.
It's true, yeah.
He's been building that house. It's been years.
I feel like they were like, we can't act like he's celibate.
I think Martha's throwing herself at her. She's the one coming over to him every time. Like,
yeah, that's true. I feel like they were like, we can't have him be celibate too with all this.
He ain't a saint.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and I think too, they were trying to show a little bit that like after war, everyone was a little bit broken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lon seemed fine, but everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, I bet in real life, Lon would have killed Noah. Like, I think in 1940 South Carolina, if you're the rich guy and some like poor worker guy sleeps with your fiance, you might just have him killed. Like, I don't know.
God, yeah.
I don't think Lon reacted in a historically accurate way.
I feel like too, Allie, did not have any regrets about all the sex she had with Noah, with her engagement ring on.
Confess it.
Her engagement ring remained on.
Oh my gosh, you pointed that out, that the ring was still on for all that big engagement ring. Well, she's just with Noah and then fixing breakfast, and what a breakfast it was. It was like bacon and pancakes and all kinds of stuff.
Well, I was like, how does she choose Lon after this? Like, the girl is fine, not worried about Lon at all.
You know, we've said a lot of nice things about Lon, but I do want to remind us that he is described as old Southern money.
Yeah.
And if you think about that for 2 seconds, there are some very dark implications to where old Southern money came from in 1940. So, nice guy, he seems like, but.
Thanks for reminding us.
While I'm on that note, but they do always have a scene in flashback Southern movies where they're having a good time with black people to remind you these are the good whites, not like the rest of them in Jim Crow South during this time.
Yeah,
which is, I get it. We need it. I wrote war is bad. I do think they kind of make war look pretty bad in this movie, which is nice. It's not like romanticized.
No, it really wasn't. Because I think at one point you thought that this was going to be like a romance war movie. Mm-hmm. And I was like the war with is a small kind of part thing. Of this. Yeah. It's really not the main story.
Yeah. But like she's working as a nurse and it just seems brutal,
I know.
Honestly. I was like, this is...
Well,
a lot of bummer scenes in this movie for you to remember it on such a high, you know?
I know.
It is kind of a magic trick they pull because it's a lot of like dementia and terrible war and just like all these rough things happening to characters.
Well,
Finn died and we never talk about him again.
We love a sad movie. What can we say?
We do.
You know, we love a good tearjerker, and this is definitely that. I feel like, though, too, Allie being a nurse also just goes to show how different she is in her family. And I understand everybody was volunteering in the war during that time. Everybody was kind of doing their part. Mm-hmm. But I do think for like her status in society and being in school and whatnot, that volunteering to be a nurse like that was probably a different path than what her parents expected.
Definitely. I mean, it is just her constantly going against them.
Yeah. And just going to show again, she wants something different out of life than what her parents want for her.
I was looking up what awards this movie won.
Well, MTV Best Kiss.
And you
the big
said
award.
MTV Best Kiss. Rachel McAdams was nominated for Best Female Performance. Do you know who she lost to?
Wait, at what? What was
at the 2005 MTV?
Oh, we're
movie
still talking
awards.
MTV.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling won Best Kiss at the MTV Movie Awards, but she was also nominated for Best Female Performance.
I
Do you know
think
who she
lost to somebody from Mean Girls, Lindsay Lohan.
She lost to Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls. That's incredible. Great work, babe.
Wow. I cannot believe I got that. That's fun.
Let me tell you who best male performance was that year at the MTV Movie
It wasn't
Awards.
Ryan Gosling?
He was not nominated, unfortunately.
What?
No. I don't know. The nominees are stacked. The nominees were Matt Damon for The Bourne Supremacy, Brad Pitt for Troy, Will Smith for Hitch, Jamie Foxx for Ray, and your winner, Leonardo DiCaprio for The Aviator.
Wow.
What a stacked category.
Wow. I would not have
Rachel
guessed that.
McAdams did win Breakthrough Female Actor for Mean Girls as well.
Good for her.
Yeah, she won multiple Mean Girls awards as well as the Best Kiss thing. And they were nominated for 18 Choice Awards and won them all.
Well, you know what? I bet you the Teen Choice Awards were later on, and more people had seen The Notebook then, because this was a slower go. So
Probably so. Well, if they saw that kiss at the MTV Movie Awards, they're like, give them all the awards.
yeah, definitely.
What animal would he be reincarnated as?
What?
If that's what she says, as a bird. She wants to be
I forgot. If you're a bird, I'm a bird.
Yeah, she wants to be a bird. What would you want to be?
I would want to be something in the ocean, like a dolphin.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah. You could see me as that. Would you be a dolphin with me?
I'd be a dolphin with you. If you're a dolphin, I'm a dolphin.
That's fun.
Yeah. Still isn't over. All right, last one.
You're just going to be saying these lines now to me all the time. And I'm like,
Still isn't
this is 20 years ago.
Yeah. I'm going to be walking around. We're going to hang out with our friends and be like, you guys ever seen The Notebook?
I feel like
it still isn't over.
During the rain scene, you were like Pearl's clutch. You could not believe how good it was.
Oh my gosh, this is my last thing on Tyler's Takes was the rain scene, all-timer.
Yeah.
But I said, make it out in the rain looks a lot hotter than it probably really is.
Yeah. And that rain was like pelting down on them.
I think
too.
you'd just be like soaking in rain. That was some hard rain coming down.
So much. Yeah. And they had to like do dialogue during that too, which is hard.
Yeah.
Like the biggest dialogue of the movie.
No wonder they're a little grumpy behind the scenes. They're soaking wet. Having to do their dialogue.
Well, on the DVD, they also had a deleted scene of a love scene that was a little risque, and they didn't put in the movie because they wanted to still be a PG-13 rating. And I remember watching that deleted scene.
That's it? You just remember watching that deleted scene on loop?
Probably.
How many chili peppers?
I mean, maybe like 2.5. Oh. Yeah.
It probably didn't have music or anything.
No,
right?
so it felt a little awkward, yeah.
Awkward,
you know, you really do need the music in those scenes.
You do.
You need some background stuff.
Yeah.
But that part where he lifts her up, that was huge. Yeah. It's like we had never seen that in a movie before, and then everybody copied it after that.
The Notebook. I recommend it if you like romance.
Or war. No, I don't know.
No.
It's just romance. It's really, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on board. I'm glad you finally watched. What are you going to watch
It's just
next?
romance. No one's doing a supercut of the old people dementia scenes. Yeah. It's only the romance is the reason people watch the movie.
What are you going to watch next?
I don't know.
We don't know.
You tell me.
We got to figure it out. If you have any recs, let us know.
Yeah. There's been discussion of Twilight.
Yeah. Well, we have to do Twilight.
You said that's more of an actual love triangle, right?
Yeah. Not my favorite. It's barely a love triangle to me. I think I just keep saying these aren't love triangles because I am just on one person.
Pick one. Yeah. Well, we'll see what I think.
It's barely a love triangle. It's like famously a love triangle. You'll see, though.
What?
You'll see. Yeah, we got to get to watch Twilight. I think that's an anniversary this
Kristen
year.
Stewart, Robert Pattinson.
Your faves.
The other guy?
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner?
Yeah.
Does he still act?
He has a podcast.
Oh, good for him.
All right, let's wrap this up.
I'm just asking questions.
Let's wrap this up. All right. Well, be sure, comment on what you guys want to see us watch next before we get some new TV shows to come out.
You are right. I do like the love triangles.
You do. Because they are fascinating. It's interesting
A Walk to Remember
see.
bored me to death. This did not. I enjoyed this a lot.
You don't understand the power of Shane West back in the day.
I don't.
Yeah.
I missed it.
All right. Now I'm the one who's trying to wrap us up. Usually you're stopping me.
What else?
Now I'm stopping you. You won't stop talking about the Notebook.
It still isn't over, this podcast.
All right. Well, be sure to rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We'd really appreciate it. And follow us on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at @previouslyon_. Teen TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave us comments. Engage. We love hearing from you guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
If you're a bird, I'm a bird.
It still is.
Still is. I mean, greatest line read of all time, I think.
All right, goodbye.
Still isn't over.